as important as you guys are, so, right? So we don't care about them. They're expected to be here. You guys make the extra trip, right?
We're here every game.
Good. All right, well, we'll enjoy watching it. Thanks. All right, enjoy the game. Hey, Mike, do you want to send me the link? That'd be awesome.
And good evening from the South Suburban Ice Complex. This is Valor Hockey. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions. Welcome to tonight's matchup between the Valor Christian Eagles and the East Angels. Glad to have everybody aboard. We are going to pause momentarily while here we have the starting lineups.
Features the visiting Angels of Denver East High School and your Valor Christian Eagles. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the Denver East Angels. At a forward, number 4, Zeke Romero. Also the forward 6, Matthew Smith. On the 4 from the Angels, number 50, Nicholas Chad. On defense, number 5, Wyatt Wozner. Also, defenseman number 7, Joseph Capra. And starting goal for Denver East, number 33, Samuel Kozar. Angels are coached by John Paparu. For your Valor Christian Eagles, at left wing, number 17, Daniel Yanushko. Center iceman, 14, Owen Walsh. At right wing for the Eagles, 18, Benjamin Larson. On defense, number 6, Simon Tarosian. Also on defense, number 7, Aiden Owen. And starting goal for the Eagles, number 1, Cooper Robinson. Eagles are coached by George Wozniacki. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd ask that you please rise for an opening prayer from Jeremy Murr, and then remain standing as you honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
Please bow your heads and pray with me. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you that we get to come out here and play this amazing sport. We pray that you keep both teams safe. And in your name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your officials for tonight's contest, as assigned by the Colorado High School Activity Association, Scott Minton and Evan Decker, your referees, Ryan Harvey and Peyton Schumberg are the linesmen.
And you heard the starting lineups is going to be Matthew Smith, Zeke Romero, and Nicholas Chad for the East Angels, and on defense is Joseph Capra and Wyatt Wozner. And for Valor, it'll be Owen Walsh's line, third line out there with Daniel Galushko, number 17, Ben Larson, number 18. Simon Tarosian and Aiden Owen are on the blue line for Coach Gwozdecki. We are set to go, and we are underway in this first 17-minute period as Tarosian tries to curl up the boards. Galushko comes in, and the puck is stolen. Back up to Capra. Capra's pass just off the mark, and Wozner goes back to retrieve it. Capra will dump this in, and a cross-ice corner dump in. There's Tarosian, taps it up, unable to get it in, and Romero was there. Stepping in, as you will see him often, is Capra, Joseph Capra there battling there with Owen Walsh, and Walsh gives him the first check of the game. So we'll have a face-off in front of Coach George Gwozdecki's bench. The Valor Eagles come dressed in their home whites, trimmed out with baby blue and gold, and the East Angels in their looking like the Chicago Blackhawk Reds here. So thus far, Giles puts it in, and chasing it back is Nicholas Morona. Morona, the defenseman who has had a pretty good season thus far in terms of goals and defensive play. He's picked up where he left off last year. Here comes Brooks Wright. Wright makes a step at the blue line, centers it to Coveney. Coveney back over looking for Alfieri. But Capra got a stick on it, and moving the puck back over is Yorkin, who lifts it back out to center. Whitmore's there, puts a backhander in, and it's handled by Wosner. Wosner back over to the captain, Capra. Capra on the mark as he finds Giles. Giles winds up, takes that wrister, but it goes off of Whitmore's boot. Chasing it back was Yorkin over on the far side. Fishes it back up to the point. And from the point, dancing there is Stone, Calvin Stone. Tried to put it down into the corner. Gloves it there. Alfieri touches it, but picked up there by Beardshire. Beardshire with some speed, motors through center. And those quick feet of Beardshire. But he lost the puck there as Alfieri picks it up and winds it around over to the far side. Calvin Stone with back behind Samuel Cozart's cage. I should mention that Cozart is on one end, and on the opposite end, a familiar face, Cooper Robinson. So picking up the puck there, Jeremy Muir battling as he's got Peter Krug fighting for the puck in the neutral zone. As stepping away with it is Noah Fekete. Fekete hands it back off, and the puck is punched back down behind Cozart's cage. Stone looking up ice as he had Zeke Romero in his sights. Romero unable to come up with that pass. These two teams, last time they played, it was a 6-3 game. It was the state championship, and it was East High's first championship in hockey, as well as the Denver Public Schools' first championship. That was at the Ball Arena, and quite a bit different atmospheres. We don't have the crowd that we had there, but nonetheless, a lot of the players that played in that game are here this evening. We'll touch on that a little bit later. And there's Joseph Capra. Capra banks it back over to the far side, and it's whistled back out to center. Looking for it was Nicholas Chad. Couldn't come up with it, and in stride is Matthew Smith. Smith checked off the play nicely by a matching six, Tarosian. Puck is dragged back over. Wosner's shot, and that one deflects up and into the netting. Whistle there. We're at the 14-18 mark. No score. 17-minute period here in this first frame. As you get a good look, we've got John Copperrood on one end versus George Gwozdecki. And so the first face-off in Valor's end as it's chipped up and out of play by Aiden Owen. Aiden Owen, the senior. $11 seniors on this Valor squad, compared to 9 seniors on the East High squad. And there's one of them, Aiden Owen. Finds Galushko with Galushko's headman pass, banks off, and Capra's got it. Capra moves it back up to Giles. Giles gets checked off the play, but working through is Patterson. Patterson with the puck, looks for a pan right in front as he had Calvin Stone, and Patterson has 11 assists leading this team. You can see why. There's Capra. Capra quickly moves it back over to Patterson, and Patterson gets defended well by Aiden Owen. Meanwhile, the puck comes back up. Wosner's shot and a save made by Cooper Robinson. No, and we look back, and so the face-off had a cheer there from the Valor crowd. So the Valor crowd has come out in force this evening. The East is a little bit light on that. Dardanis off that face-off, and the puck bounces back out to center. It's Brooks Wright. Wright spins on a dime, peels away, puts it down softly for Alfieri. Alfieri working out of the corner. He's got Wright again in the slot, but he gets tied up there, and it's Coveney who comes up with the puck. Coveney looking again for Wright. Wright lifts a stick, gathers it back in, and works it past Villalpando. Back over to Whitmore. Whitmore challenged and knocking his man off. That was Dardanis. Dardanis had a little bit of daylight, but a good check there right at the point by Whitmore. Paused paused him, and he wasn't able to advance there. So the faceoff comes in front of the Valor student section with Zeke Romero and Garrett Coveney. Coveney tries to win it back up to the wall, but Romero tips it there. Coveney's able to get a stick on it and send it back out. Icing is waved off as Villalpando looks over his shoulder and looks for Chad at the off the boards. And Nicholas Chad again taps it one more time, and Whitmore hands it back. And meanwhile, pass back up through center, touched up by Morona, and gathered back in at the East Angels line. Moved back through center. Coming up with the puck, Romero with a back pass, but it was offsides. Romero had just stepped on, and a little backhand pass. Misses the mark as Nicholas Chad was back behind him. That is the top line there, Romero, Smith, and Chad for this Angel squad. Giles is now out there with Patterson and number 29, Yorkin. Puck is moved back through center, and Wozner rings it around the glass line, and it ricochets, might have touched up and just caught the top of the net, or I should say the bottom of the net, the top of the glass there. So this faceoff will stay inside the zone. So this is a top defensive pairing versus Valor's top line with Fecity, and there is the freshman battling for him, coming up with the puck was Maddox Charles. Touches it down for Barnes and retrieves it back to Charles. Charles with a no-look pass in front. Backhander scores as Barnes gets the goal off of Fekity's shot. It is 1-0 Valor leads. So Henry Barnes scores at the 12:16 mark and makes it 1-0 Valor. And we get a chance to look at that. That was a little bit of a no-look pass by Maddox Charles, and the shot and rebound there, you get a great look at it as Henry Barnes was battling against Capra, and Barnes scores, making it 1-0. That really should be Barnes from Fecity and Maddox Charles. I'm sure the bench for Valor will pick that up, but it was really, if you look at the generation of that play early on in that corner, it was Maddox Charles that touched it up to Barnes initially. So Barnes from Fecity and unofficially from Maddox Charles. We're at the 11:31 mark, and Valor with an early lead here. That's something that they did not have in that championship game. There's Simon Terosian as Terosian works it out, looks for Carter Charles. Carter Charles chasing down Calvin Stone. Puck is moved quickly back over to Wozner. Wozner up ice, again looking for that long stretch pass. Cooper Robinson moves the puck out, and Capra's got it. Capra back over to the far side as Aiden Owen levels a check. Owen trying to get control of the puck, but it's controlled by East at their blue line, and Capra sidesteps one. Walsh checks off Capra, and the puck over in front of Copperroot's bench is punched back to the East end. Wozner, the big defenseman, has been impressive thus far. He's a senior. Did not play last year on this team. At least I don't believe I saw him on the roster, and he just got checked off the play by Simon Terosian, who stepped up. Giveaway pass as Patterson was looking for it. Finds Wozner, and Wozner off a stick goes up and out of play, so the faceoff will stay inside of the Valor zone. As I mentioned, 11 returning players that were on this squad. I'm going to double check Wozner. Wozner, like I said, he's a senior now. Big defenseman. Has looked good thus far in today's action. As he passes it right in front, and the quick shot is wristed by Zeke Giles is fought off by Cooper Robinson, who sends it up and into the netting. So you watched Wosner on that. Wosner delivered that pass, and Zeke Giles didn't waste any opportunity as he quickly put a wrister in on Cooper Robinson. So off the faceoff one more time. Same spot, it goes to Wosner. This time he works it down the wall. Yorkin holds up Whitmore. Puck pokes free. Back over to the far side as Giles took his man off. And quickly to Brooks Wright. Brooks Wright winding his way through. Coveney's way offsides. Coveney didn't see Brooks Wright making a couple of moves. He was headed up ice. And he's whistled for offsides. And so Coach George Gwozdecki changes things up here. And he brings back the line that just got the last goal, Noah Fekete's line. As Jeremy Muir touches the puck down and moves it back over to Ladwig. Mark Ladwig winds it around as it ricochets back over to Villalpando on the near side. Villalpando tries to move it out. And the puck is picked back up by Stone. Stone with some nifty footwork moves the puck up and out. And Cooper Robinson is going to hang on for safety there. We're at the 9:38 mark. Valor leads 1-0 early in this contest. And Zeke Romero's got Smith on one side and Chad on the other. And off the faceoff, Villalpando standing guard there, and puck is chipped up over his head. Picked back up by Stone. Calvin Stone put into the boards by Barnes. Gets some help from Romero, and the centerman moves the puck out. And looking for the call. That's going to do it as an icing. Trying to race it down was Matthew Smith. Smith, who's got 5 tallies thus far in this season. A lot of balanced scoring on this East squad. As I mentioned, they're led by Joseph Capra, who's got 10 goals thus far. He leads the team in points. I think he's got 15. Patterson has the 11 assists, though. And off the faceoff, puck punch back up to the line, and Aiden Owen, his shot, and the rebound scored on the far side as Carter Charles tucks in the rebound off of Aiden Owen's shot. And we get a good look at it as Aiden Owen had room. He takes the shot. It's a bouncer. It hits off the end boards. And Cozart was just out of the cage. And let's see. It's a good thing we've got this on Shaw Hockey Productions. You see that first shot. It actually went off Cozart's glove, and Carter Charles puts it away. So Carter Charles scores for Valor, making it 2-0. And for Carter Charles, number 16, that is Carter Charles' second goal of this season. And we're back to the live action. Just tipped just wide as Matthew Smith almost duplicated Carter Charles's goal there. And here you get a first look of Louis Beto, number 29, the sophomore, is playing in place of Brock Benson. Brock Benson is a little bit under the weather. Hopefully he'll be back for this weekend's games. Meanwhile, trying to work the puck in was Dardanis, and Whitmore, the defenseman, takes him off of it. Galushko swings it back. Morona up ice. Bounces off a Larson stick, and Morona sticks a man there with a check. Puck is moved back over to Whitmore. And Whitmore looks to exit it, but Capper reads the play. Blockered off by Cooper Robinson, and Walsh on the far side tries to jump past Wosner, but Wosner ties him up. And the puck back down to the East Angels end as Capra surveys. And over on the far side, Pitts sends it back over to Beardshear. That name sounds familiar. He had a goal in that championship game. He came in that third period and he scored a goal. Hadn't played much. I think I talked to John Copperwood. He said that was his first shift and he gets a goal. Back to the live action. Patterson with the puck, centering feed. Yorkin beyond his reach. It's a good play by Jeremy Muir. Got back and lifted a stick. 5-man pile up on the near side half boards. And the puck almost pokes free. Capra stretches for it, and some nifty work by Jeremy Muir. Gets it past Capra and gives time for the balance of the line to change. Quickly, the puck moved back over to Patterson. Patterson hands it off to Giles, and Giles, working his way into the Valor zone, is picked up, and the puck is rolled around the dasher boards over on the far side. Yorkin with a toe picks up the puck and puts a shot in on Cooper Robinson. Yorkin made a nice play there as you see it. Yorkin's moving up ice, and that puck just caught with the toe of the blade and put right back in. So another offensive zone face-off, and it'll be Zeke Romero in that top line out there for East as it's banked off, and it comes all the way over to Maddox Charles. Charles working in, makes a move in the backhander, but Barnes can't work his way past as Calvin Stone did a good job shadowing there. Henry Barnes stayed right with him. Barnes got tied up. Meanwhile, four-man pileup. Puck comes back over to Terosian, touches it up, but can Fekete come up with it? Fekete battling with Smith, puts him into the boards over on the far side. Both players tumble. And right on goal as it was kicked by Villalpando. Handled easily by Cozart, and the puck is moved back out to the Valor end. The shot from distance misses the mark off of Chad's blade. And trying to work it past. Bouncing puck comes out, and it's Maddox Charles again. Fekete driving to the cage. Maddox Charles gets tied up as Woosner was there. And the puck is, and I think we've got a hooking call, and it's going to go against Valor. So East is going to get, I believe, the first power play. Let's see who they call. I think it is Maddox Charles. So East gets a power play out of that. As we saw Maddox Charles come in, and he got sandwiched a bit as Fekete was hustling to get to the cage. And then Woosner was there, and Maddox got a good hook on Woosner, and so he'll serve two. So the puck back up to the point, and it's the dangerous Capra with it, moves it back over to Chad. Capra hands it off, and Chad will take center. Back over to the far side. Calvin Stone, the defenseman, on the far side. So Stone works it in, moves it back over to Romero, finds Capra, the shot, hits a friendly fire as it hit an East body, and Walsh with some time sends it the distance on Samuel Cozart's cage. Valor gets a line change, and on is Alfieri, Muir, Morona, and Larson. Defending Capra. Capra hands it off, and the speedy Patterson moves it into the zone. On his forehand, dials it up on the side of on the half boards. Puck is intercepted, and Morona sends it out. Joseph Capra, the captain, with 1 minute remaining in the power play, 4:58 remaining in the period. Hands it off, and with some speed, picking up the puck there was Patterson. Lost it there for a minute. Woosner flags it down with the long stick and moves it back, and East will set things up one more time as Villalpando hands it back over to Woosner. Woosner has it chopped out by Muir, battling Ladwood for it, and the puck is cleared by Valor. East will reset with Villalpando. His pass goes through all. Woosner has it. Woosner centering feed. Terosian's there. Terosian's able to muscle it out with a backhand, and Alfieri has it poked off his stick. Coveney saw daylight. Puck is picked back up by Smith. Smith brings it into the zone on the edge of the circle. Leaves it for Woosner. Reels it in. The shot deflected off the high boards. And the puck is jammed up and banked off the boards and gets past Woosner. Power play has expired as Capra brings it in. The shot wide. Capra picks up the loose puck, moves it back up, and backing out there and giving way. Here comes Fekete moving east to west, picks up the puck on the forehand, whistles one wide. Puck comes back over to Terosian. Terosian tipped off his stick by Peter Krug, who does it not once but twice as he executes the same move on Maddox Charles. Valor with a breakout pass. Fekete feeds it off. Catched up to by Henry Barnes. His shot deflected up and into the netting, out of play. 3:25 remaining in the first period. Valor with a 2-0 lead. And they have killed off their first power penalty kill here. And so we've got Jenkins, Andrew Jenkins line. He's got Carter Charles on one side, and as I mentioned, Louis Beto, the sophomore, he's number 29. You get a good look at him here on this shift as he sets up in the circle looking for a pass, but Wosner moves the puck back into the corner. Beardshear picks it up, and the weak backhander is punched back over to the near side, and it ricochets back out to center ice. Jenkins ties up his man. Carter Charles takes a check, gets it in, but Romero comes up with it. Romero sends it all the way back to the Valor line. Puck is moved back over to Jenkins. Jenkins on his forehand. The shot deflects. Wosner has it. Wosner moves the puck back over to the near side. Chad pokes it back in deep. Morona fakes out Chad. Chad thought he was going cross ice, but Morona moved up the far side wall. Jenkins taps it to himself. Taken off the play. Patterson works through center. Galushko back. Patterson works it back in, chases it down. Galushko defends. Yorkin's got it. Yorkin moves the puck back up to the point, picked up by Stone. Stone's shot and gloved out by Cooper Robinson. He left it there, touched up by Galushko, 2-on-1. Larson's on the far side. Galushko with the puck, moves it over! Tipped almost by Yorkin. Yorkin almost put it into his own cage. As Yorkin defended that, the puck was tipped up and over the cage. Meanwhile, Ladwig moves it back down as Walsh just beyond the reach there of Galushko. And the puck is sent back to the safety of center for East. Valor keeping the pressure on as Calvin Stone moves back and picks up the puck. He one-hands it easily over to Giles. Back to center, touched up over on the far side as Smith moves it in with a backhand. Puck is picked back up by Muir, off the wall and back out to center. Galushko. He's got Walsh, hands it off. Walsh on his backhand, looks back for Galushko. And the pass, unable to pick it up. Wosner moves it back over, and Smith has it. Smith is canceled at the blue line. Puck is moved back out to center, and it's flipped, but it's settled there by number 6, Terosian. Terosian up ice, glove down, and picked up by Villalpando. Villalpando gets it back, moves it back up the near side, but to a vanishing player. Coming back with it is Terosian. Terosian with a power move, drives it to the cage. The backhander is scored, however, as Brooks Wright scores as Terosian brought that puck in and forced the play. And there you see on the rebound, Brooks Wright right in the low slot, puts it up and over Cozart. It is 3-0. And you see Terosian as he gets upended there. Coveney was there, and Brooks Wright puts in the rebound. So 3-0. So we have 3 rebound goals here for Valor. So Alfieri and Terosian get assists. It is 3-0. We're down in the final 25 seconds in this period. That goal was scored with 46 seconds remaining. What a tough goal. You never want to give up a goal if you're in that final minute. And East High did at that, so. As Noah Fekete works in, he looks for another one, and almost another opportunity as Fekete put a shot on a toe save made by Cozart. And on the doorstep was Barnes, as Barnes was looking for his second of the period. We've got 2.7 seconds remaining in the period, so time for one more. So let's see who takes this face-off. As I suspect it's Maddox Charles. He's a left-handed draw in that left circle, and that's going to do it, though. Back behind the cage. After one, Valor leads 3-0. Henry Barnes puts Valor on the board early as Carter Charles picks up a rebound and stuffs it in, and then Brooks Wright scores to make it 3-0. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey. We'll be back for the second period. Stay with us. This is a good one. This is Valor Hockey. Stay with us. We'll be back soon. Welcome back. We are underway in this second period with Valor leading 3-0 over the East Angels. And the teams have reversed as I have Samuel Cozart to my right. And to the left is Cooper Robinson. And there's Zeke Romero trying to flag down the puck, but Galushko got to it and moved it out. Tarosia back over to Larson. Larson watched by Capra. That shot is steered into the far side. Half boards and a chop shot right on the side, right at the goal line. No angle there as Walsh took a heavy check there. Owen Walsh, but he got that shot off as he was checked at the same time. There's Nicholas Morona. Sticks down the puck, backhanded into the east end, and Wozner moves it all the way back over to the far side. It goes for an icing call as just executing a line change on the far side in front of Copperwood's bench. As I mentioned, Copperwood is joined by Jeremiah Buckley. Buckley played 4 years at Dartmouth and has been on that bench. He was on the bench last year as well. And here is Garrett Coveney, number 9. Going up against Aiden Yorkin. Yorkin was on that squad from last year. Not only state champions, but national champions at the high school level. So terrific season for East and for Colorado hockey. You get DU, and you get not only DU, but you get the Colorado Avalanche, and maybe most importantly, you had the Colorado Avalanche squad that won the Quebec Pee Wee tournament, one of the great all-time tournaments in youth sports. Back to the live action. It's Morona with the puck as Valor keeps the pressure on. Brooks Wright, who had that goal, moves it down to Coveney off his boot, and Calvin Stone with it. As the East Angels having trouble getting the puck out of their zone, as the pass right in front is taken out was Alfieri as he gets upended from Giles from behind. Meanwhile, Brooks Wright puts some pressure on as he's forechecking. Valor with a good forecheck. They've got to be out of gas here though shortly as Coveney, standing guard up high, pokes it back in. He goes for a line change. Barnes looks for Maddox Charles. Chopped out there as Beardshirt was able to move it back over to the near side. And Dardanis fishes it around. It rides the shelf. And converging on it on the far side was Krug. Krug hands it off. Losing the handle. Fekete's got it. A soft pass to the half boards. Barnes chops at it. Puck is held in momentarily. Hoisted back out. Wozner has it. Wozner. Capra. Maddox Charles reads it. Wozner picks it back up. And this defensive pairing of Capra and Wozner is impressive. Not much has gotten past them here this evening. Puck is wound in, played by Robinson. Moved out by Barnes. Barnes with the head up. Avoids Smith's attempt. Handed off to Maddox Charles. Maddox Charles in some tight quarters. Tough pass for Charles to handle. Romero's got it. Romero hands it off. Looking for it was Smith. Smith is worked over by Ladwig. And Romero delivers a check. Capra's there. Barnes checks him. And again, Zeke Romero tries to move it out. Fekete with the jump. Wozner's going to get there. Capra catches up to it. Works his way in. Picks up the loose puck in front. Shot and a save by Cooper Robinson. See why Capra's got 10 goals. He's not afraid, and he's got those offensive skills for a defenseman. We saw it certainly in the state championship game as he had a goal in that game. Came down the left flank and beat Robinson up high. And here's a hard pass off the glass, picked up by Wozner. Touched up there by Chad. Moved back to the east line, bouncing puck at center ice, touched up, it's a hand pass. So Valor touched it with the glove, and also the next touch was a Valor player with the stick there. We're at the 12:42 mark as East has not been able to put much pressure in on Cooper Robinson. They had one power play. Had a little pressure on that, but overall, they've been unable to have sustained pressure here against this Valor squad. And the puck in the near side corner. Move back up to the point. And here's the shot, and just as I said it, the shot is scored as Calvin Stone from distance scores, and Stone puts it in. You watch Stone. Stone picks up the puck, and he steps in. He's got room, and just waved at there by Cooper Robinson. Let's take a look at on the replay if there was a tip in front, as Calvin Stone, who's got 4 goals this season, that being his 5th, I think that might have gotten tipped right in front, and perhaps the goal is going to go and be credited to Patterson. Let's listen in.
Henry's goal, trophy number 23, Calvin Stone. The assist from 29, David Yorkin. And also number 19, Jack Patterson, second the goal. 4 minutes and 26 seconds in the second period. Stone from Yorkin and Patterson.
So Yorkin gets an assist, and it was not touched in. So Stone's got his 5th goal of the season. It is 3-1, 12:27 remaining in the second period. And East needed that goal. If they go down 4-0, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. But down by 2 with plenty of time left. More than half the game remaining here. And Valor looks to put some pressure on, a new life, as there's Calvin Stone, the goal scorer, sends a long pass as he was looking for Krug. Whitmore intercepts. Puck is stolen, and here comes Beardshire. Beardshire hands it off. Loose puck, square it up, shot save, toe save made. As coming in, Beardshire and Krug, and they almost connected. Morona defended by Capra. Alfieri tries to move it past Capra, and over on the far side, Coveney ties up his man. Krug's got it. Krug is dumped to the ice by Morona, and the puck is moved right back in. Calvin Stone picks it back up. Brooks Wright shadows him. The long pass. It ricochets off a stick, and stepping in was Whitmore. Hands it off. Brooks Wright walks in. He's got Coveney to his side. Coveney tries to pick it off as Calvin Stone was there. Alfieri's swing and a miss. Alfieri tries to dig it out. Zeke Romero is there. Capra pool cues it, and the puck tried to jam it up the boards. Chad intercepts and moves the puck quickly back over to the near side. Matthew Smith defended by Ladwig. Jeremy Muir pressured, moves it back up to Brooks Wright, and Wright, a backhander, goes up and out of play. Good end-to-end action here with a little bit more pressure on now for Valor to try and keep this a 2-goal lead. And the top line out there for East with Zeke Romero, Smith, and Chad. Flanking, and the top defensive pairing out there as well. Woosner with some room takes that shot, and it just misses wide. Back over to Capra. Capra wastes no time. A sharp angle shot from the half boards is defended. Back up high. The shot touched up right in front as Romero got a stick on it. Chad was picking up Capra's position. Chad pokes it into the half boards as Fekete looking for it, gets some help. Fekete holds up his man, and Barnes has it. Barnes sends it back over to Fekete, hands it off to Maddox Charles, looks for the rebound, and the gloved out as Cozart makes the save. We've seen that play a couple of times. Maddox Charles coming in, and Fekete hustling to the front of the cage, looking for that rebound, but Cozart makes sure of it with that sticky glove. So he hangs on, and we've got a face-off in the offensive zone for Valor. It'll be Jenkins this time taking the face-off. And off the face-off, punch back out to center to a waiting Aiden Owen. The captain sends it in. It's scooped up and dropped there over on the far side. Picking the puck back up is Tarosian. He'll send a soft one in as he stashes it back behind the line. The breakout as Patterson weaves his way through center. He's got a man on the far side. Maintains control, takes that shot as maybe a shoulder save by Robinson. I don't know if he got a piece of it. And quickly moving it back over was Beto. Beto back over to Carter Charles. Back to Beto. Beto's stick hit is lifted from behind as a good play by Patterson. Jenkins does the same. Poked by Beto and in deep. Swept up by Patterson. Moves it up the boards and tipped up between the legs by Giles back out to center. Yorkin trying to come up with it. He's got it at center ice. Over to the far side. Quick shot as it came off the stick of Ezekiel Giles. And the puck at center ice as Aiden Yorkin continues to battle. Puck is loose. Dardanos moves it back over to the far side. As a stick is lifted, Giles has to go back to retrieve. As Aiden Owen, sensing the pressure, shakes off the check. Tarosian spins away from one. And the pressure continues as Dardanos puts the puck back down, but a matching 14, Walsh, pokes it free. Walsh moves back, and that's another check that he's delivered in on Capra. Walsh, I think he's trying to knock Capra off his game a little bit, but that's going to be tough. Capra's a tough player. He's also a good football player. There you see him taking it off his skate, moves it back up to center ice. Beardshare is able to get a stick on it and move it back in deep. The crowd cheers. I don't know exactly what they thought they saw there, but it was a well-executed tip-in by Beardshare. So as we talk about it, as we mentioned earlier, you look at the players that were on this team. Samuel Kozar was the backup to Noel Friedman. Noel Friedman, that stellar goalie. He's now playing for the North Star Christian Knights in Minnesota. As Friedman backstopped this East squad to both the state and the national championship. Puck has moved back over to the far side, and it's Alfieri with it. Brooks Wright squares up, looking for the return. It wasn't there, defended well. Capra's got it. Capra moves the puck over to the near side, off the boards, read by Morona. Morona tips it there. Woosner back over to Capra. Capra, the left-handed stick. And Chad in his sights. The puck drifts in. Morona back behind the cage, having some trouble with it. Whitmore's there as well. The loose puck ricochets in front, and it comes out to the slot, reaching for it, and with one hand, Tarosian touches it. Capra keeps it alive, and Romero's got it. Romero bodied up by Whitmore. Coveney's there. Coveney moves it into the corner. And Brooks Wright continues to battle. Can't come up with it. Romero's got it. Knifed off his stick. Puck comes back over to Alfieri. And Valor's able to get it back out to center. Capra keeping the pressure on. Puts one in on Robinson. And Robinson, sensing the moment, it hangs on to that one as I believe Coveney is down. I didn't see it. But Coveney was holding the back of his head. And you see him there skating back to the bench as he took one on the noggin. So hopefully he'll be okay as he gets some medical attention here. All potential head injuries are evaluated by staff, and he is getting a look at there. So we hope to have him back. Meanwhile, taking this face-off will be Giles again. Giles is out there with Patterson and Yorkin. Yorkin this time will step in as they have, and Valor's able to control off the face-off. It's Barnes. Patterson back behind him, stick checking him. Maddox Charles comes in, takes the shot, and it's ricocheted and comes back over to Stone. Stone, with Barnes on him, moves it to Villalpando. Villalpando, who had that fabulous save as in the state championship game, a gaping wide open net. Might have been Aiden Owen. I can't remember exactly who took the shot. Thought it was going to go in, and Villalpando on the backside got a stick on it and ricocheted up and over the cage. Ladwig quickly, mirror, and staying on sides apparently. Puck comes back over, and the shot deflects off of a boot. Holding it there is Ladwig as he holds his ground. As the puck rattles around over to the far side and back out to center. Muir's got it. Muir to Fecity. Fecity with a no-look pass to Maddox Charles. Puck is stolen, and it's Giles. Giles gets tied up with Fecity. Fecity keeps the pressure on as Giles continues to battle. And the puck Up and into Gwozdecki's bench there, picked up by Wiedemann. So, as I mentioned, so a couple of the players here. Zeke Romero was on that team last year, as was Nicholas Merrill. A couple of forwards, Beardshire, Giles, Chad, Patterson, and Yorkin were the forwards on that state championship team. We'll catch you up to the defense in just a moment. As Capra winds one around over to the near side. Beardshire chased it up into center ice, but it's put right back in by Ladwick. Back over to Beardshire. And Beardshire banks it up to center. Picked up by Krug. Krug holds it there, and Beardshire overskates. Chopped at by Beto. Woosner holds the line. Ladwick takes a check from behind, but it's going to be a hand pass there as Ladwick didn't see the man coming in back behind him. That was Caden Dardanis. Dardanis is a senior as well. So the defense from that championship team included Joseph Capra and Vance Villalpando, as well as Calvin Stone. And so the face-off to the right of Valor's cage. And there's Capra, makes a move, tries to move the puck over to the far side. And you see Valor converging on Capra. They're not giving him a lot of space here. He's had to work for everything he's got in this contest. And Woosner and Capra play pitch and catch. Capra has it pickpocketed by Galushko, who moves it back over to the defenseman, Aiden Owen. Aiden Owens rifles it in, gives chase on the forecheck. Walsh moves the puck back over to the far side. And Capra's got it. Capra plays the puck back over to the near side. Matthew Smith winds one in. And again, stellar defenseman Aiden Owen is there to battle Zeke Romero. Ladwig with a backhand pass. Rosian can't get it out as Woosner holds the line. Aiden Owen one more time. This time he'll go with the high bank off the glass. Calvin Stone watched by Owen Walsh. Touched up there by Larson. Patterson controls. Patterson winds it up, moves it over to the far side, but runs out of real estate. Stone quickly back over to Woosner, who runs himself into the ditch. Long pass right on the mark. Walsh has got it at the backhand feed. Walsh keeps it into the zone. Maddox Charles was streaking. Calvin Stone got a piece of it. And Woosner looks up ice. Patterson chases it down into the corner, and Patterson chases it down into the corner, and Patterson on his backhand with the feed right in front. Whitmore held up there and trying to work it fast back down below the line. And there's a chop, and I think Fekete's wondering, do I get a slash on that one? No call. Stone with the puck. Stone makes a move as Morona chops at Stone, but Stone maintains control, spins into the boards and looks for Yorkin. Yorkin dishes it into the slot. The puck is poked free, comes back up to Patterson. Patterson whips it around corner to corner. Villalpando steps in from his D position. Loose puck in front. Covered up and held. As a bang-bang play there, as we get a replay. That puck, it was a no-look shot from the half boards. That can surprise you. Might have been friendly fire. And there you see Cooper Robinson try and reel that puck in with the paddle as he had Ezekiel Giles right on him. So Dardanis will take this face-off as Dardanis has Beardshire on one side. Puck comes back over to Woosner. Woosner's shot deflected in front and up and into the netting. That almost had eyes on it. So you see a lot of Capra, Woosner, Stone, and Villalpando. And settled again by Woosner. Calmly. as Capra the rebound. And another shot as Dardanus was right on it. Dardanus looking for his 4th tally of the season. And off this rebound, you watch it, Dardanus, he's in the slot, he works his way down low, he's right there. And I don't know if that went off of Muir's or if it was just wide. Muir was trying to shadow him, pick him up. And Fekete fishes one back over to the near side, but Capra one more time answers for East. Back over to the far side as Maddox Charles moves it up to the point. It's held in. And back below as Valor having some trouble getting this breakout as Jeremy Muir takes a tough check from Zeke Romero and maintains his balance but lost his stick. Kicks it over to the half boards. Capra's got it, but Barnes makes a heck of a play. He's able to get just enough of it. Otherwise, Capra was lining up for a shot. Here's a pass, drifts off of Barnes, poked in by Capra, controlled by Ladwig, and bounced off to Maddox Charles. Charles has a man up ahead. It's Barnes. Barnes streaks back to pick up that puck. Back over to Fekete. Fekete tries to find Maddox Charles. Puck is punched over to the vacant half boards. Controlled by Woosner, and Woosner winds his way through center. Woosner takes it in, makes a toe drag move, and the big defenseman finally taken off as Jeremy Muir made a heady play. Calvin Stone hustling back, watched by Fekete as he's got Yorkin up ahead. Touched up by Barnes. Yorkin's got the puck, hands it off, delivered to Giles. Giles looking for Patterson in the far side. Patterson taking off the puck. Valor moves it back over to the near side, and Aiden Owen moves it out to center as he didn't have a forward up ahead, but he needed to move the puck. Was able to do so. Villalpando banks one off the boards. Terosian with it. Terosian looks to make a move. Villalpando rejects that, and the puck is moved back over. Aiden Owen moves it up the half boards, waved at by Larson, chased back down by Villalpando. As Villalpando makes a move to find Giles on the far side. Giles banks it, Terosian gloves it, takes the shot, rebound. Giles is there, Walsh battling him. Walsh taken into the near side corner. Galushko scoops up the loose puck, looks for a man up high, finds Terosian. Terosian winds one up, that shot goes wide right. Back to Larson. Larson out of the corner. Touches it up there as he's handled by Patterson. Patterson, third man in the scrum, and we're in the final minute of this second period as Valor looks for a last 1 minute goal here. Terosian tucks it back for Walsh. Walsh battling with Calvin Stone. Yorkin's got it, and Yorkin hoists this one up and out. It's going to go for an icing call with 38.6 seconds remaining in this second period. Valor leads 3-1. They've got an offensive zone faceoff. Valor entered the period with 3 goals. It was 3-0. East gets a goal. And Valor looking for one more as they got a goal at the end of that first period. 46 seconds remaining. They had a chance to get 2 in the last minute. Meanwhile, the puck comes back over to the near side, and Beardshire hands it off to Woosner. Woosner, watched by Moronas. The hip check unsuccessful. The shot in front, and he drifts through. And here comes the counterattack. Fekete walking in. Capra guarding. Fekete works it past and hands it off as that pass to right. The drive by Ladwig, and that one goes wide. Ladwig chases this one down. Dardanus pokes it free. Beardshire's got it. Beardshire works it into the far end. Behind the Valor cage, the pass in front, the loose puck, and coming up with it is Fekete. Fekete holds it there for the whistle as East gets a golden opportunity there in the last minute themselves. It's 3-1 after 2. We'll take a break here, and we'll be back for the third and final period. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey Productions. Stay with us.
Shots on goal during that second period. Nick Reese with 8, Valor Christian 5.
And we are back for the start of the third period. Valor leads 3-1 over East. This is a first time that these two teams have met since the state championship last year. So picking up the puck is Walsh. Walsh with a backhander. Cozart was there, and the whistle is blown as the puck was still free, but the official patted himself and said, that's on me. So Valor will get an offensive zone faceoff here. And this is largely a lot of the Valor players who played in that game as well here, as you had Cooper Robinson in goal for that game. Maddox Charles is one of the newcomers, thus being a freshman. Terosian puts it in. He'll give chase. Villalpando moves it up, and Yorkin tries to get a stick on it. Larson challenges him. Larson wins that battle. Walsh has got it. Walsh with a quick little snapshot. Walsh battling with Villalpando. He's not giving up. Walsh has got a little spit and vinegar here this evening, as Terosian gloves that one as he was able to get that past Giles. Meanwhile, Stone has trouble. Walsh picks it up. Galushko with the shot. And it was a point-blank shot at that as Galushko was right in, delivered. Nice pass delivered by Walsh. And a good scoring opportunity for Valor here early in this third period. They lead by 2. And East looks to put some pressure on as Yorkin is the lone forechecker. Morona has time. Giles steals the puck. He'll take that shot, and Cooper Robinson emphatically makes that save with the glove. And thus far, we're a minute and a half into this third period. Officials having a conversation around Cooper Robinson's cage. And this face-off is going to be over on the far side. Dardanis will take this. He's got Krug on one side and Beardshire on the other side. Morona for Valor banks it off the boards and chasing it down as Capra made a good play as he had Alfieri trying to streak past him. Alfieri stretches for it, but Capra's able to poke it. Alfieri's now got it, and he finds open ice on the near side, and Brooks Wright. Brooks Wright holds it there and fishes it down as Alfieri looks to see who's challenging him. It's Capra. Capra seals the wall. And Brooks Wright high. Alfieri poked off his stick. And another snap pass. That one's tough to reach. It was not icing as Morona was past the red stripe on the far side. And Brooks Wright levels a check on Beardshire. Beardshire bounces up and he calls for the puck. Beardshire's got it. Watched by Whitmore. Whitmore takes him down and draws the penalty. Valor touches up, and East will get their second power play of the game. You saw Beardshire. He's got good size. I had a chance to talk, or good speed. I had a chance to talk to John Copperroot before the game, and he talked about Beardshire and the fact that he's got good speed, and you saw it there. I've noticed him a couple of times. So Whitmore with a trip or a hook or thereabouts. Either way, comes at the 14:36 mark. Here we go. As East, this is a big kill for Valor, and the quick shot by Giles. Puck is swept out as Cooper Robinson has made some terrific saves here this evening. He's got a 2-goal lead and a minute 40 to kill on this power play as Calvin Stone, who has the goal for East, winds one in. It goes to the far side. Giles bodies up Fecati on the far side and hoists it back over to Capra. Capra finds over on the near side, and a tough pass to handle by Chad. Chad, a forward, playing right up against that blue line. Chad calls for it again, dishes it back to Capra. Capra thinks about it. Far side Stone. Stone's got Giles in the bumper, goes down low to Romero. Romero surveys, back to Stone, watched by Morona. And it's Capra with the shot, a gut shot right in front. Romero's there, but Robinson covers and holds. 1:04 remaining in the power play. Valor with a 2-goal lead here early in this third period. So for Coach Gwozdecki, he's got the feisty Walsh out there. He'll take this face-off. He's got Galushko on one side. Tarosian lines up as the defenseman over on the wall, holds off Stone, and the puck is battled for there as Aiden Owen tumbles, chops at it, tries to move it down, and Walsh chases it down to the near side. Backhands it to Galushko, who motors up ice. Galushko sends a flyer in and forces Cozart to hold on. So a good heady play as Cozart holds on. And you know what? I think that's Jacob Smithberger in goal for East. So Copperroot pulled a fast one on me. I think he's got Jacob Smithberger in goal. We'll make sure when he turns it. Perhaps he did that early after those 3 quick goals in on Cozart. So with 32 seconds remaining in the power play, Villalpando is able to gain the line. And on the far side, Yorkin touches it there. Puck is moved back over. Villalpando with the pass right in front as Yorkin got a piece of it. Just goes wide as the idea was there and just off, but slightly as Galushko steals the puck. He's got a man in the middle, and Galushko takes that shot from a tough angle as Woosner takes out Aiden Owen. Owen thinks about a check on Villalpando. Thinks better at it, and he'll go for a line change. Power play is over as Valor is back to full strength, and on the near side as Patterson gets sandwiched. And Brooks Wright angles one off the boards. Held in by Calvin Stone on the far side, or should say gathered in. Tarosian has it go through the wickets, picks it back up as he's checked on the forecheck by Krug. Woosner again with Stone. Woosner, soft pass, back over to Dardanis. Dardanis gives chase, and he gains the angle as he's got Ladwig on the low side. Coveney now enters the scene. And for Coveney, after he took that little shot to the head, he's back out there. Meanwhile, puck on Alfieri's stick. Alfieri past Woosner, the shot deflected, and it rides up the boards. Ladwig in front of the East bench, and a rebound as Muir almost put that in. Muir stepping in from his deep position. Coveney was covering, and Valor almost had a 4th goal, and boy, would they all have been similar in that. That was off a rebound. As Brooks Wright lends a hand on the defensive end. Muir makes a nifty move on his own, is able to get it back up, and Wright seals off Stone as Romero steps in. Romero looking for the puck as Chad was there. Meanwhile, back out to center and punched at in the near side as Romero looks for it. Muir touches it, and the rolling puck, the icing is waved off as Stone sweeps it up the boards. Touched up there, picked up by Romero. Romero dishes it back up ice as he finds Smith. Smith can't find the handle. Carter Charles was there, and Whitmore has it. Whitmore, puck is stolen, man in front as Romero puts it through the paint. On the far side was Smith. Smith is bodied up by Whitmore, and again a second time as Zeke Romero 2 times has put that puck right into the paint, only to be unanswered. He serves as one of the captains on this team. Romero is a senior. There are 9 seniors on this squad. This East squad, as for Valor, they have 11. And getting back, there's one of them. Aiden Owen moves the puck over to Fekete. His pass, Woosner got that long stick on it. Coming back, Yorkin. Yorkin watched by Tarosian. Tarosian challenges him, and over on the far side, Aiden Owen puts a shoulder in, and the puck squirts free, and scooping it up is puck is drifted back over to Barnes. Barnes shot, and Barnes over in the corner. Maddox Charles looking for it, but Capra's got it. Capra back up to Patterson, puts it in deep. Fekete races back. Fekete's shot pass deflected by Giles. Puck comes back up. Stone looking for his second, And this one banked off, and Maddox Charles gets enough of it to slow it down. Charles walks in, takes the shot through Wilsner, picks it back up, stashes it back over, and the pass in front is Larson. Was defended there by Giles. Meanwhile, Maddox Charles in front, Feckety's shot, and a save made there by Smithberger, keeping it a 2-goal deficit. Valor looking to try and add to their lead with 9:12 remaining in this third and final period. Galushko picks off the puck and works his way through center as he's tripped up. Valor has earned their first power play of the game. And Muir with some extra bonus time. But there it's touched up by Stone. 8:58 remaining in this third period. Valor leads 3-1, and they've got a power play coming. Their first power play is it's Giles that goes to the box. And so Valor with 8:58 remaining in this third period. And so we've got Walsh, Brooks Wright, Barnes out there for Valor. Along with Galushko. Galushko picking up that loose puck as he finds Morona. Nifty pass by Galushko. Cross-ice feed off the boards. Walsh gathers it back in and sensing the pressure, shakes off the check. Here's the shot, and Smith, and in tight was Brooks Wright. Calling for the puck up high was Galushko. The puck banked off the boards. Morona with it. Keeps it safe along the boards. Back over to Brooks Wright. Barnes up high. Morona's got it. Morona back to Galushko. Galushko finds Morona. They find the open man. It's Walsh. The shot ricochets back over to the far side. Galushko stashes it back. Galushko, and with Walsh calling for it, and a good stick check there by Beardshire thwarts the opportunity. Walsh shakes off Stone. Walsh in tight, sends it back up. Morona picks it up, squares up. His shot goes wide. 1 minute remaining in the power play. This has been all Valor as Walsh is in the slot again looking for it. Coveney's got it. Back over to Morona. Morona defended by Beardshire. Back over to Coveney. Coveney's shot, and that goes wide, and that a ricocheted shot is the only relief that East could get. And sensing the moment there was Cooper Robinson. He wants to keep the pressure on. Puck is fished back over to Maddox Charles. Charles with Capra, the senior, on him. Capra takes it away in a matching 7. Aiden Owen's got it. Backhand feed, back over to Aiden Owen. Takes the line. Aiden Owen down the right-hand side. The shot banks off, and the loose puck in front, chopped at and cleared out by East. Cooper Robinson again getting into the action here. Holds it there. Finds Aiden Owen. Owen with a no-look pass to find Fekete. Fekete retrieves the puck. And with 8 seconds remaining in the power play, Coveney revs it up. Coveney takes it in. Alfieri's there, poke checked off his stick and given chase is Patterson. Back is Aiden Owen. Patterson into the corner. Owen takes the angle and Fekete takes the puck. Back over to the near side as Alfieri tries to work it past Woosner. Woosner stymies the thwart and the attempt in. There is Capra. Capra sends it into the netting. Whistle there. So with 6:41 to go in this third period, Valor with a 2-goal lead had terrific opportunities and had East on their heels that they had them hemmed in. And East finally got a clear out. And for Coach John Copperwood, he gives his troops some third period advice here. He's got 6:41 to work with, 2-goal deficit. As the puck on the near side is jammed up the boards by Muir, recovered by Stone, picked back up by Patterson. Patterson moves it back up and is able to get it back out to center. Ahead of the play is Smith. Smith chases it down as he's got Ladwig. Ladwig bodies him. Romero's there, and Chad provides the third man support for East. He's up high on the wall. As the puck back over to Smith. Again, that is the tough corner. It's right by the Zam doors, and sometimes that ice dips down. It's a little tougher. Valor continues to battle with both defensemen. Muir and Ladwig down in the corner. Muir's got it, and Muir's pass up through the gut as he had the sophomore Louis Beto in his sights. And so with 5:50 remaining Valor has another defensive zone to contend with. Zone face-off. And Dardanus will take it as he has Beardshire in the slot. And Beardshire tries to take out Morona over on the far side. Back to Morona. And Morona with a good forecheck by this East squad. That was Krug who applied some pressure. Meanwhile, Walsh has got the puck, takes the shot, and it waved at there by Smithberger up and over his cage. Gathered back in by Dardanus. Dardanus working east to west. Jams it around the boards. And Galushko waiting for it. Picks it up on his backhand. Shakes it off. Whitmore guides it back out to center. Picked up by Templeton. That was Templeton, the defenseman. Templeton is out there typically with Kyle Berg, number 24. See if we get a chance to see him in the final 5 minutes. As we're at the 5-minute mark and counting. Walsh spins off the check, feeds it back, and the little shovel shot by Larson off the end wall. Woosner's got it. Woosner guides it back over to Templeton. Templeton has it taken off his stick. Meanwhile, puck is picked back up, and Krug gets it back out to center. Whitmore with some open ice, squares up and takes the shot. Smithberger makes the save. Jacob Smithberger had a brother, Connor, on the squad last year. He's up at CU this year playing club hockey. Good to see some of these players continuing their hockey careers. If you look back at that Valor squad, who can forget some of the names here? You had Carson Lloyd, the defenseman, Brian Muir, Jeremy Muir's cousin, Ryan Kaiser, Bowers, Majeski, Willensee, and Bergstrom, the goalie, was on that squad. So Valor was awfully lost some talent, but they had a very heavy junior squad, and that junior squad is here, this senior leadership this year for Valor. You see it all over the ice as these players are used to playing in big games. As Alfieri challenges Capra. Capra holds him off, and Poole cues it over to the far side. Woosner with the headman pass back over to Giles, who works his way through center, and the drop feed back over. Giles looking for the return feed, and it's poked over to the far side. It was Patterson that was looking for it. Meanwhile, the puck comes back out to center. Brooks Wright has it. Brooks Wright spins off the check, puts a soft pass. Giles receives. Giles now works over to the near side. Brooks Wright got a piece of it, chases it back down. Fekete moves it off the wall, and Muir one-hands it back through center. Alfieri stays on side. Muir takes the shot, and the rebound to the far side. Gathered in by Stone, and he's got time as Valor goes for a line change. And more importantly, into a defensive position as Fekete have moved back down into the center ice position. Maddox Charles has it poked off his stick. Fekete can't come up with it. Smith's got it. Calvin Stone starts things up for East. Stone attracts attention, loses the stick there as it's poked off his. Here comes Fekete. Fekete with Maddox Charles. Fekete takes the shot, and it goes wide up and over the glove of Smithberger. That loose puck comes poked back out to center with 2:36 remaining. That was a terrific opportunity for Valor as they caught East napping a bit. As Stone, pressured by Fekete, setting up is Beto. Beto in front of the cage as Fekete with it. Fekete spins off some pressure. He's got Stone. Stone gives him a shove, and Fekete maintains control. Eventually loses the puck, and Carter Charles banks it hard. Fekete thinks about going high, goes down low. Beto chasing on the forecheck. East is able to move it back out to center, and Chad pressuring. Whitmore working against it. Back over to Jenkins, and Beto has it poked off his stick. Beto touches it back. Morona back to Beto. Beto working through center. Takes the line. Here's the shot as it might have gotten deflected wide. And Beto gets his first shot of the game off. Meanwhile, Jenkins with the puck, calling for it back. Picks it back up. He's got Carter Charles behind him. Chased into the corner by Woosner. Back out. Double teamed. Smith with the puck. Whitmore works him over. Alfieri provides some help. And Jenkins out of the corner with Giles. Romero's there. 1:10 remaining as Morona takes Valor's third penalty of the game. And then Morona got tripped up. Do we have a replay on that one? Morona took out Romero. And then as Morona, I think, was standing up above him, and I don't think we've got that part of it. So, third power play of the game for East as Morona goes. And this should be 4-on-4 action, as these two penalties did not occur at the same time. And Romero's going to go to the box as well. So let's see how they call this. And Coach Copperroot is getting an explanation from the referees here. We have 1:06 to go. And I believe.
And also, Denver East number 4, Zeke Romero, 2 minutes for holding. The penalties, 1 minute.
So Romero goes for holding. And we're going to stay 5-5 aside for the final minute remaining here. Puck is banked hard, and Woosner's got it. So Woosner to Capra, and Capra. And a second time as Walsh has had Capra's number here. He has been a thorn in his side. I think he's determined that Capra's not going to score on him here. At least not this evening. Patterson works his way in and lines up for a shot as Walsh delivers a check there. And Walsh, I don't know what he had for breakfast or lunch, but he's got a little fire in his belly here this evening, as he laid a check early in the game. Probably in the first minute he started the game, and here we are in the final 31 seconds. Walsh having a little conversation. And a timeout as George Gwozdecki, the consummate coach, will use this as a teaching opportunity with 31 seconds remaining. And so Coach Gwozdecki, with the whiteboard out, gathers the troops in, as Adrian Wiedemann says, go talk to Coach at the far end. So Coach Gwozdecki, with 40-plus years of coaching here, is going to give a little advice here. So let's see. We've got Coveney with Brooks Wright, Muir. I believe Larson is out there. And we'll pick up one more. And the same thing for John Copperroot. Copperroot's won a couple of national championships at the USA hockey level. And there you see Copperroot giving instruction to Jack Patterson. And I believe Yorkin is out there as well as Smith. Coveney, Wright, Muir, Ladwig, and Alfieri defend in front of Cooper Robinson. And a great opportunity, yes. You're up by 2 goals, but if East scores a quick goal here, you've got Giles lining up, Woosner the defenseman, as the goalie is pulled, and a great opportunity for Valor to defend against 6. Meanwhile, puck is chased back out of the zone as Patterson's got it. Patterson has to pivot, and with 20 seconds remaining, Coveney chases Patterson. Patterson over on the far side works his way past 3, and into the corner as finally Muir bodies him up. 10 seconds remaining. Stone with the puck. Finds Capra. Capra one last time, and Cooper Robinson makes the save. 3.9 seconds remaining, as Cooper Robinson had a good view of this one, I believe, from Capra. Maybe he didn't. Maybe there was a lot of traffic. There is traffic there, and Cooper Robinson sees it through that lane. and makes that save. So 3.9 seconds remaining. Giles will take this face-off. He most certainly will take a shot off of it, tries to. Maddox Charles got a piece of it. That's going to do it. Buzzer sounds. Final score, Valor wins 3-1 as these two teams will meet again before the end of the season. And if you look at Valor's schedule for the balance of the season, Valor has 7 tough games in the last 10. I should say 6 in the last 9, as tonight counted for one of those. They have Monarch, Regis twice, Chaparral, they have Denver East again, and they have Cherry Creek in their final 9 games. So they've got to run the gauntlet here. As for East has 4 tough games in their last 7. They have to face Monarch, who they lost to early in the season. They have Cherry Creek, who they beat, Valor again, and Regis, who they lost to by 1 goal. That'll do it. So Valor has Monarch on Friday evening, and then a game also on Saturday. And those games will be called by Guy. So glad to have Guy Coffee on the call for those 2 games this weekend. So I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey. Thanks again for watching. Final score, Valor wins 3-1 over Denver East. Good night.